since we're talking about differences across, I mean, we're talking about tier two cities and maybe towns like smaller unorganized sectors. But I've also had conversations with some women lawyers based out of Hyderabad, both within the firm and even otherwise. And there was an interesting difference I found, and which probably is not true in Delhi and Bombay. And I want to ask you if you observed that across offices. That in Hyderabad it seems that the client side is, or just the general attitude is still very patriarchal to an extent, and that reflects in client expectations and interactions as well. And therefore maybe women lawyers need that kind of support from within their partners or male colleagues. Do you think that's true? Is that something that you have observed happens? Like, are there differences between Delhi, Bombay, and other places where the firm operates, or where you guys deal with clients?
No, absolutely, it is. I mean, I think, and when you say tier two towns, unfortunately, it may even start with some tier one towns also, like Hyderabad.
Yeah.
Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, possibly, look at it. I wouldn't say fully neutral and it's completely gender neutral, but at least far better than some of these other towns. Because yeah, mix is that way. You definitely have a more patriarchal system. You definitely have a simple assumption that you may not be a serious professional if you're a woman. And and I've seen this talking from personal experience. My wife also is a lawyer. If I get a call from a relative who is, let's say, in Trichy, tier three town, he's actually my wife's relative, but he'll call me to ask a legal question. Unfortunately, because he just makes an assumption that I probably am a more accomplished professional. I am more involved in the profession than she. I don't know what it is, but it is, and that's something unfortunately you see a lot of.
Yeah.
It does discourage women, I'm sure.
That is absolutely true. In fact, before I had children or child, I had just one child. Before I had my daughter, I could not understand the concept of how pervasive the patriarchy is, right? But now I do realize that there is a tendency for older men to treat women like children. So it starts with saying that, there are certain things which need not be discussed in front of them, and you excuse yourself. So I do that, like if I use a swear word, I would not want to use it in front of my daughter. But unfortunately, even with adult women, people are very, and they make a fuss about it, right? And all of us experience this, but we don't experience this from the viewpoint of the woman. So if I'm 5 years old, I'm fine, right? But if I'm 35 years old, it would jar, right? That people feel that, very sensitive discussions, everything, there's no need to discuss with the female colleagues. So I think that patriarchy, that approach of treating women somewhat like children, even as they enter middle age, is very disturbing.